Hey guys.
Hello, everybody.
Welcome to another episode of
The Girls Glasses God podcast.
You know, once upon a time, like when we were still growing, it would be welcome to the first episode, welcome to the second
At this
episode.
point,
Now it's
we are
more
not
like
even
just welcome to
counting
another
anymore.
episode.
Oh my god.
That's cool. Once we
Thank
entered
God for
double
growth.
digits, it was like, oh, it's very
Too
hard
much
to
be
count.
counting now.
Yeah.
But I think we should be. I think we are almost at
So our 13th episode, I think. 13th for this season.
No, 14th for this season.
Is it 14?
This would be 14.
Okay.
And then I think we did 16. Did we do 16 last season? I think we did. Am I sure this is not the 30th episode? Hold on, let me check so we can celebrate.
Are we throwing a party?
Let's celebrate. But this is actually the 30th episode.
Oh, welcome to the 30th episode of Girls Glasses God podcast.
Yay! That is very
Jesus began his life at 30 years. He began purpose at 30 years. So
but that's
this is
prophetic
a
because
sign.
because you said that thing. That's how we found that this was actually the 30th episode. So he's working in the
That's
spirit.
good.
He's working
Hallelujah.
in the spirit. He's not fulfilling
Amen.
the lust of the flesh.
Come on, pay your friend. Let me lay hands on you.
Please lay hands on me. I'm right here.
How are you? How are you guys doing?
How's everyone? How's your week going?
I hope you enjoyed the last episode. If yes, thumbs up. Like this episode
Before you listen to it.
even before you listen to it.
People are just commenting. They were like, "Oh, the name of last episode." No, last episode.
Yeah, like witches and wizard behavior. Yeah,
No, but it was necessary. It was necessary.
it was.
So, what have you been up to?
What have I been up to since we last recorded? I can't remember, but I mean, it's been majorly work. And yeah, I finally released my vlog, guys. I'm so proud of myself.
Yeah.
Like I'm so like it's like
I watched that vlog like twice in the same day. Like immediately after I finished watching it, I played it again from the beginning. It was really
even
so
me that
nice.
edited the vlog.
You were watching
I've
it
watched it
again.
like a million times at this point. So yeah, I had a great time. I enjoyed editing that vlog. I had a great time editing that vlog, and then
Do you know that I didn't feel like it was 48 minutes?
really,
You know, when the video came out, like when the vlog came out, and I was like, I see the reason why people were saying this vlog will be hard to edit. And before I knew it, by the time we were getting to the ending, and I just saw that you were already rapping, I was like, where is the rest? Where's the rest? I was like, where's the rest? It didn't feel like, and it didn't actually feel like a lot of time passed at all.
yeah.
So
Yeah. So
kudos
yeah, I
to you.
enjoyed that. Thank you for a lot of people actually dropped comments. You know, that was actually really cool. Like, you have a beautiful family. That was good. That was amazing. I appreciate you all. If you haven't seen it, please head over to my YouTube channel at Ebun Oguntegbe. It's just my name. So you see the latest vlog there. I also created like a short reel, which I also loved. I used 1,000 really. I used 1,000 years as the song for that reel, and I've always wanted to use that song. I was like, oh, this actually fits perfectly into that. So I also had a great time. I did that in the nights, one of the like 3 nights ago or something. So I like editing, and you know, it's just the time to do it is what I don't have. So but yeah, hopefully I'm able to. I'm thinking I have like 3 vlogs that I'm trying to line up in. It's not going to be every week, obviously, because I don't have that time, but hopefully it's not that long. I want to release the rest of my Nigeria. I have like 3 videos
From your Nigerian trip.
Yeah, so I've just released
what
one.
you're doing is discrimination.
What do you mean?
Discrimination, and I stand against it.
What do you mean?
Because now you are releasing videos that you took in 2025. The videos from the past
So that's
that
the
have
thing.
been
You know
waiting. They've waited for when they will come out and shine. But now this Nigerian trip now wants to come and overshadow them. It's not
Because
fair.
you have to post this one as they hot. Is it now 5 years after I've been in America, back from that? I've even gone back to Nigeria and said I'll not be posting surprise vlog. This one is very time sensitive.
Okay, but the other ones you're posting, this is surprise vlog. It's not like activities you did in Nigeria.
Yeah, it's activities. So out of the 3, I'll release one, like the rest of my stay in Lagos, when we went out and stuff, what we did. The 3rd one is my stay in Ibadan. That one, I'll push it further a little bit because I want to put a little more thought into how to put that out. And then after that one, I have my surprise vlog for Tunchi in Canada. I also want to work out on that one. So then I have like the myself, you, and Kachi's vlog that might come before that surprise vlog. So it's going to be like between those 3-4 things that I want to, release next. The Tunchi's own, again, because it was just a day, so it's going to just 24 hours in Calgary. So that one is a little bit easier. I spoke to Sheon this week and he was like, oh, because I also so I saw Sheon earlier this year and we did like vlogs. So that one's for 24 hours in Toronto. That one, stay tuned one day. Hopefully before but then I also have like some short vlogs that I want to release, like our time in Arizona,
New Orleans.
No, that one is long. Do you know how many days we spent? So that one is at the back. So our time in Arizona, I want to release that one. My time at Callaway, I also want to release that one because Christmas is coming and I went during Christmas time, so there's like Christmas lights and stuff, so those are like activities that people can do, so they're also in quotes time sensitive.
In the work.
Yeah, stay tuned. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't. It's Ebun Omo-Olorun, and stay tuned for great stuff. Like if you have, see the videos on the channel. First of all, I have amazing vlogs, and then there are more to come. So
you pay money for featuring.
I'll pay myself, so that's fine. I'll pay
your property.
Then I will now cash out again.
Advertising your property. Yeah. So what else have you been doing? So it was a great vlog.
So yeah, I've been doing a lot of editing recently. Working definitely. What else have I been? I think that's it basically. There are also some other things I'm doing personally. So that one is in the works. But aside that, yeah, I think I'm doing a lot more editing stuff now. I'm moving on to another project that might be a little busier. So we'll see how that goes. But trying to utilize my weekend as much as I can. Oh yeah, I also went hiking this morning. I went to Stone Mountain. I had crazy runners itch. And this thing, I don't know how when I started developing it. I think it's recently, to be very honest. I bought a cream and I think it's effective, but I didn't use the cream on all parts of my leg. So initially it used to be like from my knees up, but now it's even like all the parts of my leg. So and I didn't use it on the lower part of my leg. So I was itching a lot. Well. I did not. That's the mistake I made. I should have carried it along with me.
But were you running on Stone Mountain?
I was actually walking. It was just a hike. Okay. But the fact that I was even just doing that alone. So it's like, and the more the cure is that the more you do it, the better you get. So I need to hike more. Today's hiking was with Nkechi actually. I need to hike more. I need to walk more. I need to run more. I was going to use I started doing like morning runs, but it's getting dark easily, and then we have longer nights now. So by the time it's like 5:45, which I'll typically between 5:45 and 6, which I'll typically leave my house, it's still like very dark.
And that your side safe is not a big.
Well, they said it's safe, but like it's dark and it's not the best as it's dark. And my cardio gym of my apartment is still under construction. They are renovating the whole apartment. So
you can go to the office to go to the gym.
I'm not doing that, I beg. So I just used to do like home exercises.
You can actually get this walking path as well.
Yeah,
for your space.
I want to limit what I buy into my apartment at this point, because sometimes I just I'm like, the day I leave this apartment, it's gonna take a while. So I'm like,
need help. I
try not to buy like big stuff now. I'm like, okay, whatever it is, I'm going to be using just normal mats and things like that. So
you can also walk around your apartment.
I don't want to. I don't want to.
Also, because we did that here, like I think maybe a few days ago, 2 days or so. Because again, we have a very walkable area around here, so it's nice and everything. And why I was even saying that don't walk in the night is because I don't know if you've ever seen the bridge. Like there's a bridge that my former apartment, when you overlook it, there's a bridge that leads like this. I don't know if you ever saw it. So I always wanted to walk there. I think maybe back in.
I think I know that bridge.
So I was like, okay, let me just go there. When I first passed, I saw like there's like 2 directions. So at first I looked at one direction. I was like, nah, this looks like an under bridge kind of. I was like, no. And that's let me cross like that walkaway bridge. So as I crossed it, it got to a dead end. Not like a dead end, but like you get to like a creek and water, and like, you can just see like the trees and everything. But as I got there, I saw like a couple of folks that didn't look very friendly. I just about turned and I went and I walked in the middle. So this my area has like 4 apartments like in a square. So in the middle there's like a fountain and everything. So people run, people walk and do stuff around there. But even inside the building itself, like walking around the building from like building 4, 3 to is a long walk. So that's why I was saying that you can do on your own side. Like if it links, you can just walk around.
Yeah, maybe it's not. My apartment is not like that. It's basically just go to the front and then come back to that parking deck. There isn't like a except you leave that place. And people actually were like, when I ran, I saw people walking their dogs. I saw people running. I saw people walking. So it's not like
you can even walk around your apartment. Like, you know, like not the
and from the front to the back. Now is what you're saying. Yeah. That's what I'm saying now. That's
at least if you do that one like 2 or 3 times,
maybe
it won't be bad.
Yeah. So
and if it's walking, the time will go really fast. But yeah.
So I'm trying to
we went to Stone Mountain this morning. That's a great job. Stuff. My manager has been telling me to go and hike it. I'll be like, okay.
I've been to. Funny enough, this is my first time going to Stone Mountain in the morning. I used to go in the evening, like way before now. I've been there a couple of times, but yeah, like I have a list of places I want to hike. Fall is still like a good time to hike. Winter may not be, so this is the best time. So like every Saturday.
My manager is the real G, because I think when he goes to Stone Mountain, he jog? He said he jogs up, jogs down. Like he's very like
he's good, very active.
Yeah,
that's good.
So I was like, if I'm going to Stone Mountain, I will not be running. I will not be jogging up and down. But yeah,
I mean, you elevate your
like you increase
you increase your activity by time. So if you run today, you can walk tomorrow, or if you walk today, then you run, then you jog, then you just try to add some more over a long period of time anyway, not just immediately. So yeah, that was good. What about you?
What have I been doing? I think I've been very busy with work. It has been a stressful week, and just trying to like catch up and keep up on things that are happening. But I think beyond that, I think one thing that I don't know what I saw. I think maybe I saw a video or something, and the person was saying how your hobbies should be things that the person was just talking about hobbies in general, and was saying that your hobbies should be things that you actually put effort into, and they replenish you like mentally, physically, things that like they make you happy and everything. I was like, that I'm a self-proclaimed writer. That when was the last time I actually wrote? Because it had been a while because of work and everything. So I sat down, and I think the thing about personally, I don't know how other people feel, but the thing about me is that I always want, how when you have an idea of what you want in your head, you can imagine what the finished product looks like. But you are still at level 1. You need to make the building blocks before you get to level 100. But in my mind, I want it to look like level 100 immediately. So I now told myself that okay, instead of doing this, so there was something I learned recently again along with work about storytelling and like the story arc and how you have like the background, you have like a case for change, something that defines a moment where there's not like action, you get to the climax, main story, right? Everything. I was like, okay, that instead of thinking about this grand story that I want to write, right, and thinking I'm putting that pressure on myself of having to like make it perfect immediately, that why don't I take off a short story, like let me just do like a mental, like the way people run to get stamina, like just write to get like that stamina to be able to write. And I said, okay, you know what, I'm going to write something using that story. Actually, it was like a 5-part story, or it's supposed to be a 5-part story. And I said, okay, I'll just do something that has background, climax, and falling action, everything. And that's how I started. And I was just like, I started writing, and I wrote like 1,000 words in like maybe an hour or 2. And I was just feeling so proud of myself. Like I shared it with everybody. Not everybody, obviously, but I shared it, and I was just like, I was just so happy with it. And I was just like, okay, you know what? I actually need to create time, because initially I didn't know what I was going to write. I just said, let me just write, because I like to write poems as well. But I think that day I was, I don't know how the creative process is for other people, but I was just staring at my computer, writing, deleting, and I realized that I actually need to want to say something or have something to say before I can actually write poetry. So I was like, okay, you know what, let me just write a random short story. And that's how I started. And I just started writing things, and I was like, wait, when you're writing something, you're feeling yourself like, now me right now. Yeah. So I was already thinking about, okay, this was going to happen, and I was just so happy about it. And cool. I shared it with a couple of people, and Elizabeth is also somebody that writes. So and she called me when I shared it. She just called, just like, oh my She was just like, I'm so happy. Because Elizabeth is actually someone that has been keeping me like accountable with my rights. Elizabeth to say, oh, I will call you every weekend. But every weekend, I never have anything to tell her. So when I sent it to her that day, she was just like, okay, now, I don't have anything to say now. So it felt like, oh, yeah. So, yeah, but that's one thing I'm very happy about that I did this sometime this week. I hoped I would have been able to write more this week, but work just became so crazy. But today I'm actually planning to write like 2 more chapters at least to just see how. And there are also things that I thought about like in the week, like, okay, I can change this, I can edit this. And people who have read it have also given me feedback and said, okay, you know what, why don't you do this, why don't you do this as well. My brother is also a writer, so he gave me, my brother was just telling me, oh, do this. I was like, shall tell me good job first. I said, oh, sorry, I thought I did. And I said, okay, thank you. So that made me happy. And then I took a walk around like the building, trying to get my steps in. And then it was a very funny thing that happened like 2 days ago. So I did like my annual physical like maybe back in August or something. And it was just so funny because, you know, normally when you do like your physical or something, they're supposed to give you like your results. Like they send the results, but like the doctor or whoever will say, oh, your kidney is low or something. Maybe you need to be taking more water, you know, something like that. I was like, I did physical since they sent result. They did not tell me the interpretation of the result, nothing. That's why I got a message 2 days ago. Oh, Temi, your results have come out. I said, hey.
Yeah, it's not that you just remembered.
I was writing something. I was just like, oh, I better get out. Because initially first I was like, okay, this is a nice place, but if this is how long people take to respond to your patient, I don't know about that. But yeah, but nothing really major. Just work, chilling, writing, which I'm very happy about, and then trying to eat better.
No, that's cool. That's cool.
Nothing.
I'm looking for my next vacation spot at this point. I'm imagining it in my head.
And then
the funny thing is, I'm not going for vacation anytime soon. That's what I know. Because I don't have money. If you have money for me, you have actually not even that I don't have money. I actually don't have the time because I have to buy back the time that I've spent out
traveling
of the country. So I'm without buying back face. But next year, by the grace of God,
I think the opposite is for me. I'm actually planning the time I want to go out of office next. Because I feel like I need a break. Even though I just came back from out of office.
Yeah.
I feel like since I came back, I've just been like back to back to back.
You don't need to plan to
no,
plan.
I want a big one. No, I'm just a big one. But like I want one for like 2 days or something.
That's a big one now.
Yeah, but so I don't know. I just can't find the time to get that 2 days. But I need to think about it.
Or you can even take like Friday off and maybe go somewhere on Thursday nights and come back on a Sunday or something.
Maybe I'll take like Thursday and Friday off.
Yeah, like vacation is not like obviously you have like big vacation.
I mean time off. I just need time off.
Or me, I'm looking for not even time off, vacation. Like, and I think Hawaii is my next spot. You're like the third or fourth person I'm telling this, so maybe it's a sign. Maybe it's a sign. But that'll be next year by God's grace.
Hawaii too, apart from you. I think it was Mary. Yeah. But yeah. Vacation. Sorry. Yeah. So, but yeah, that's what we've been up to, guys. And I hope you had a productive 2 weeks doing something. And you know what? Introducing a new segment on our podcast, which we are very excited about. So yesterday, and again, I think one thing that passed that we didn't even talk about was like Nigeria's independence.
Oh yeah,
we posted
happy 65th to Nigeria.
Yeah,
happy
we
65th
posted on
birthday.
our social media story.
I feel like what's it called now? The zeal of back in the days when it was October 1, like there used to be so much excitement.
Yeah.
Or maybe because I'm not in that environment actually, because when we're in school, like, you know, schools will do stuff for October 1, there'll be like a lot of things. Do people do sales in Nigeria?
Sales? Yeah.
Like independent sales.
Independence sales. They probably would like all
Maybe
these Instagram vendors. Yeah, they do.
Okay.
They do.
But maybe not as big as like you won't go to
that
Dugbe market and they will not do sales.
Do you remember back when we were in school and wanted to buy phone?
Jumia, I don't know what you wanted to say. The Jumia said they were slashing prices, and it's a lie. They will increase it. It was only earphone that they slashed the price.
Oh god!
And I was banking on that Friday. How much?
Yes.
Yeah.
So imagine if the price of the phone was, let's say, 150,000. They were like, oh, Black Friday, you will get up to 40% off. Me and Ebun waited. Right before Black Friday, they increased the price to 200.
And now reduced it back on Black Friday. He paid me. It's so funny because life is in stages. What phone did I want to buy that time? Samsung J1.
Is it J1?
J something. I know it was a J series. But that was when J.
Are you sure?
Because that was when J series just first came out.
Mm.
So I was targeting that for. I say I wanted to change my Samsung phone. I think that was like when I stopped using Samsung because I now bought like that Canon phone at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So I stopped using Samsung after that. I think I eventually bought it on Jumia, but had to return it because something.
Something happened to the phone.
Long story, but yeah, no, yeah. So they refunded my money. Something happened to the phone. They refunded my money, and then I was just like, okay, no, I'm not going to Samsung. So that was like my deviation to Samsung route. So sales is scam in that context. But they slashed some things. It was just not
to the expectation.
Yeah, not the major things is the thing. But anyway, let's go back to the new segment that we said.
So something we posted on our story, we posted like a question poll, and we said
it's like ask me anything. And we also have like a form. So I know that when I put it on my own page, like I added the form. So we have a form on, if you check our Instagram profile, there's a link to the form where you can drop questions, drop comments, actually, not just questions. Anything basically that you would like us to know, that you like to ask, we have it on our profile, and we'll be reading some of the responses and addressing them on this segment of the episode.
Okay, so the first one that we got from this person. So another thing again that people need to know is that it's an anonymous form.
Yeah,
so
we don't see who is sending. We don't even see the email address. We don't see anything. I think there are only two parts. It's like the pseudonym, like you can use any name that you want, and then whatever the questions, the consents, or the comment that you want to write. So it's 100%, and like we don't get any data from this basically except the responses.
Yeah. So this one is from Growing Pains, and the person said, I just turned 25 and I think my life is not going anywhere. I'm in a job I hate and I keep imagining good things for myself, but I don't know how to achieve them. What advice do you both have for me, seeing as you've moved to an entirely new country and you both seem to still be flourishing? I really love the podcast, girls. Thank you for sharing your story.
So the question is, there is a job that this person hates and keeps getting.
I think the person just generally is not happy with where they are in their life.
Okay, so they imagine good things
for
but
themselves.
They don't. Okay, I think it's part of something that we said last week, where like everybody wants to do what everybody wants to see good, and then you now see other people doing good, and you're like, oh my god, like what's happening to me? So, but I think my own advice will be, I'm trying to imagine what I was doing at 25, but trust me, at 25 I was probably also at the crossroad of what should I do. And I'll share with Nkechi today about how like there was a point where I was at the crossroad of, should I go public health route or should I go accounting route? And I shared about how I went to Solina and the thing did not work out at the end of the day, blah 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 blah, and then I now eventually went the accounting route. I feel like a lot of us, some people know what they want to do like right from the start, but a lot of us do not, and it takes different steps to get to that level, right? And even now obviously, like we now know better, we know what we want to hone in on and stuff like that, but there are still things that you want to achieve for yourself. So first thing first is, number one, don't put a lot of pressure on yourself. 25 is still a relatively young age to explore. So and if you like something, I think a lot of times we want to have something, but we don't want to take the steps to have it. So everybody can imagine. We were also sharing on that work today about how somebody just made a product. This person is an artist and just launched a product, and then she was like, do you know how many people had the same idea of this product, but it only takes one person to execute it. So we all have great ideas. Like we were all born great. Like if you sit down, if you ask a normal lazy man, he has like 100 things in his head that he wants to achieve, but only the top 1% is able to achieve that. Why? Because they are only the one taking the steps. So if you like something, first of all, like, what is that thing that you like? What are you good at? What is that thing that when you do for your friends, they're like, oh my god, you're so good at this thing, right? Maybe you are doing your job. Sometimes I also feel like when you are doing your job, you having something that makes you happy on the side is a game changer. So you have something that you are always looking forward to. So for me, like, I like traveling, I like sharing my memories. I like putting everything in memories. And sometimes I look forward to weekend because, I know I'm going to be editing this vlog. And sometimes when I'm editing my vlog, like, I'm in a zone where I'm just like laughing and smiling because it's showing all the memories that maybe, and like you've heard on this, I have a backlog of vlogs. So sometimes, like, for instance, when I was editing this my reel, I now went back to like the drafts of like TikTok reels that we had that we never posted. And I remember this dance that we did. Show me, let me see, and let me see that that song. I never said you don't know that stuff.
What's the dance?
I'll show you. Like that dance it was your second day in America. It was on a Sunday.
Oh, I remember it.
I was not smiling. I was like, oh my god, like 3 years later, like you're not in America, you are married, you are like, it just throws you back to that stage. And so these are things that you can do. So what is that thing that makes you happy, and what is that one step that you can take to achieving it? So it could be a transition from your job now to that thing eventually, but you literally have to start from somewhere. And the first thing is, what is that one thing that I can do on the side that I can now be happy with along with my job? And also, like, why do you hate your job? Is it that you don't like what you're doing? Is it that you hate the people? Because sometimes you also have to like break these things down. If it's that you don't like what you're doing at all, like you don't like it, and which is very rare because there are so many things that you can get from your job. There are so many skills that you can get. It could be communication skills, be ethical skills that you can apply when you leave that job. Every skill that you gain is yours. It will help you transition. So sometimes you also have to look at things like that. For me, when I'm on it, there are some jobs that I remember. My second job, I knew on that job that I wasn't going to be there for a long time. This was like years back. I knew where I was going to, but I had to put all my effort in that job right now. And then I was now applying for my own dream job. And it helped me. Like I literally carried over those skills from that job to my dream job. So it's like, put your mind in this, but that's not where you end. You have to take steps. So is it applying to jobs that you actually like? Is it finding a hobby or something that you can learn, that you can look forward to on the side of your job, right? That you can actually help. And it's a transition phase. By the time you do this, in the next 4 years, it's not going to be the same thing again. However, if you don't do anything at all, in the next 4 years, you're still going to hate your job and hate on every other person that is doing what you are now supposed to be doing after 4 years. So,
and I think you bring up a very good point about being diligent where you are, right? The Bible says, "See as thou a man diligent in his business, he will stand before kings," right? There are certain times that even by virtue of just being in Nigeria, for example, or being wherever you are limited in the opportunities that you have. But what are you doing with the work that is in your hand? Yes, there was a time that I hated my job. I hated it. But I think it got to a point where I realized that just because I hate my job does not mean I have to be mediocre at it, right? It doesn't mean I just have to take it like anyhow. Like, there's a way when you don't like something, you are not passionate about it, you just do it anyhow. But when it's something you really like, you put all your effort into it. But you just need to realize that all these things, just like Ebun mentioned, transferable skills, right? You are developing something. Maybe that's not where you wanted to, maybe that's not the industry, that's not the function you want to develop yourself in at this time. But like the things you will gain at that point is for you. You can take it to the next place and say, I've done something similar, or I've done something in a different industry, right? So I think the very first aspect of it is, I hope you're not allowing the hate for your job cloud you being the best that you can be at your job. Right? Because people can always tell when somebody is putting 100% versus when somebody is just doing things to pass the time by, right? And then you bring up the point of, I'm 25 years old, I have these plans for myself, and I think I want good things for myself, but you are feeling like you are stuck, but you are never really stuck. Actually, you're never really stuck. Like, sometimes situations and life, yes, it's inevitable that maybe you might be in a particular position at that time. But what are you doing to take yourself out of that position? So you hate your job. Maybe you want to do fashion design, for example. Do you even know how to sew? Do you even know how to measure someone? Like, what are the things that you're putting in your back pocket so that when an opportunity presents itself and says, we need somebody who can actually step into this role or as a junior fashion designer or learn from a top fashion designer, are you going to be ready? Right? So if there are things that you imagine for yourself that, I want to travel the world, or I want to do this, or I want to work in maybe banking, or I want to work in investment or real estate, like, how are you making all those building blocks so that if just think about it. If an opportunity just presents itself, or somebody is hiring, or recommendation, and again, why you have to be good at what you are doing is so that, because people are looking at your work, people are looking at the things you are doing, so that if you start talking to people and say, oh, I'm interested in real estate, they know that, oh, this girl, she has been working in bank, but she's doing a really good job. And I think that if she goes to real estate, and she sounds very knowledgeable about what's happening in real estate, if she goes into real estate, she'll do really well. So, that's how people can recommend you. So I think, and again, also because we are young, when we are young, we tend to also look at our friends, look at other people around and say, oh, this person is 24 and this person already has this person is 22, this person already has this person is 25 too, and the person is way, way ahead of me, quote unquote, in life. But you people are not running the same race, number one. Like, everybody's journey is different. People might have started in school together or started wherever it is people started from at the same place. But it doesn't mean that your end is the same thing as their end. So you need to put those things in perspective. Like, it's always very difficult, especially when you're in that situation, to look outside and say, okay, like I actually need to think of it from a different perspective. But I think that's the reason why you are sending this question, right? So that you can get like an outside view of, okay, these are people who have transitioned, done big transitions in their life. Like, okay, now that I'm about to make a somewhat big transition as well, because we don't know what kind of transition you're thinking about right now. But those are things that you need to put at the back of your mind, that wherever it is that you're feeling stuck, you have to change your perspective first of all. That okay, what am I doing? Okay, at this point, I need a job. I need to be able to pay my bills. I need to be able to afford food to eat, rent, and everything. That's why you have a job.
Exactly.
Yes, that's fine. But make sure that even as you are in that job, you are doing your 100%. People are saying, oh, you are diligent, you are a rock star. You have good feedback basically from everybody. So that when next you tell people that, oh, I'm interested in doing X, Y, and Z, they'll say, oh yeah, that this girl, trust me, she doesn't really have any experience here, but the work she did in this place, I can vouch for her, right? So
and on the other side of like looking at people around you, I just wanted to like put on the other side, as much as your journey is not the same, I think it's also important to see what those people are doing that is good. So for like in your friendship circle, or maybe even outside of your friendship circle, there are people that are successful because of some things that they are doing. So it's important to like, don't shy away from conversations of, oh, I'm trying to do this. I know that you have done this. How did you do it? And how can you help me? Especially if you have like real friends. And this is not from a jealous point of, oh yeah, this person. No, this is from a, look, I need your help. This is what I'm trying to do. And I know that you have done this. Because the thing is, your circle also matter a lot. You are not better than the people that you roll with. Let me be very honest with you. Like, if everybody, there's some level of comfort that comes with the people that are around you. So the people that are around you are also like on the same level. Probably need to step out, because like it's the same analogy that we used last week about how if everybody here is getting 3/10, everybody's failing, but the fact that maybe somebody is getting 1, somebody's getting 2, but you are 3, you're like, okay, I'm king, but it's 3.
But you right? Bad.
Yeah. So you need to step out of that zone of, I need to be let me start from a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7. There are some people that they are doing something, and this has always worked for me in my life. Like, I remember when I got to secondary school, I was so unserious. I never used to read. I was just very mediocre about like academics. I was like, I wasn't failing, but I was like average.
You're not doing
basically.
Your best as well.
There's some people that I rolled with that in the space of how many years they catapult, like, not because they did something extraordinary, but just watching what they did helped my life a lot. And I still do that same thing today. Like, if I'm trying to do something, I watch people that have done it, and then I try to help. If they are around me, if they are my friends, I ask a lot of questions. I watch a lot of YouTube videos of success stories and things like that. So even coming here as an immigrant, right, it's the same thing. Like, when you come here, you have to ask questions from people that are ahead of you. You have to, look for a mentor or someone that you can ask. Mentorship is great, but also like just people that you can, just say, oh, can I have like 5 minutes? Some people chat me and they're like, oh, I'm trying to, get this. I'm like, oh yeah, sure, we can talk over the weekend. I have more time then. So just, it doesn't even have to be like very official of, oh, I'm your mentor, you're my mentee, we have some time. No, like this, just know that, oh, I'm looking at this person and I want to achieve this thing.
Yeah.
How did you do it, and how can you help me? And that way you can, like we've said, take some steps. These people can keep you accountable. You can tell them, oh, today I did this, tomorrow I did that. This is the kind of strategy. They can tell you, oh, this is amazing. However, if you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it can even be better. So
And also another thing again is that we need to dead the idea of, I think that's something that people, I think I had to change my mindset about that, or like mindset naturally changed about that, or my perspective changed about that, like coming here, right? That asking people for help is a sign of weakness, and it is not, right? Because when you see somebody that, okay, right now you are 25, you're in a job you hate, and then you see another person that maybe is your peer, maybe a little bit older than you or younger than you, maybe especially when they're younger than you, and you can see them doing the things that you wish you could do. And obviously there's always that sense of, oh, I wish I could be here, and you know, your flesh might want you to be jealous and things like that, but you also need to remove that pride in going to ask them that, oh, what are you doing? Because I feel like a lot of times it's pride that limits us from asking questions. And you just think, okay, maybe there are people that you can watch, and maybe you don't have like, you're not in the same environment as them, you're not in the same space as them, but anybody that you know that, okay, they are your peer, they went to school with you, and you have access to them, go into their this and say, hey, like, you are doing this, I really like it. And how did I learn this thing? I think when it was NYSC, we had different, like, we were all in different, what they call it, different local governments for like my PPA, because I was working for an NGO. We're all in different what they call it, local governments. And me and the person that we partnered with were in charge of like resource centers, right? So it was basically like a space where the youth in that community can come, develop their skills, computer skills, all of this, all of that. And the people that we took over from, they were like, quote unquote, they were the best in their sets. So, you know, there was not this pressure on us that, oh, because they handed over to us like from the best, we too had to be the best. And there was something we're trying to do that another local government had done before. So I was just talking to somebody one day, and I was just like, I don't know how to do this thing. Like, I'm really confused on how we should do it. It was a spelling bee, I remember now. So it was Mary, and I don't know, you won't know. So Mary, you know Mary now, and so Chimdi. So I think they had hosted a spelling bee in their own local government, and they said, oh, that we should also host our own. So, you know, and we were planning the whole thing, and it was just falling apart basically. And the logical thing is, go and ask these people to do it. But it did not just come to my mind. But because there was that pressure of, oh, you guys, this resource center has been the best, you must kiniko. So I was just talking to one of my friends one day, and I was just saying, you know, I really don't know how to do this thing, you know, and these people, they've done their own. I also want to make sure that our own is successful. And she was like, why don't you ask them what they did? And I was like, yeah, but it's like, just say no, that ask them what they did. She's very sure. Like, she was just like, oh, ask them what they did. Like, she's very confident that, oh, these people are good people, that they will, even if they are not even, like, they will tell you what they did to be successful. And I was just like, okay, that's true. That it was just like a light bulb moment for me that why did they never click that I could actually go and meet them and, you know, ask that, how did you do this? How were you successful? Tell me what you did. And then, you know, we did the same thing as well. And, you know, it came out successful. But like, that was the thing that like shattered the glass for me. So sometimes it just needs to be people telling you that, you know, you can ask people for help, right? You know, you can ask that person that is younger than you for help. You know, you can ask that person that, you feel, or you have never really spoken. Like, okay, it's fine. Like, you can just, hello, hi, like, I know I'm coming to your DMs, how are you doing? But, you know, I really admire this thing that you're doing, and I want to do it as well. Like, how did you do it? And good people will let you know how they did it. Good people will let you know how they did it. Not saying that you might not see some people that like might be weird, but I won't believe that majority of people will actually tell you, you know, how to get to where they are, because it's a thing of joy when somebody comes to ask like, oh, you are doing something so great, I'd like to know how you did it. Like, I feel flattered. I feel like, oh wow, let me tell you, I will even give you overshare more information than you asked for, right? So you know, all these things are stages and processes, right? But being aware of the fact that, take like a self-reflection, like look inwards and say, okay, why do I hate this? Where do I want to go to? And have I taken steps, like actual practical steps to getting to where I want to go? Because you're just imagining, I want to work in London. I want to work in London. It's not by mouth. It's not by imagination.
You
like,
have to take some steps to get there.
What kind of work do you want to do in London? First of all, okay, how do you now get certified for that work? How do you now get like recommendations or evaluations, or, you know, applications to get to that work? Okay, you've gotten the work, now how do I get to London? How do I get visa? You know, all those things. So you actually need to take a critical look at it. Don't let it just be imagination. Like, it's good to imagine for yourself, but now bring that imagination and put it on paper. Write the vision, make it plain, right? Put it down and say, okay, how are we going to go about this? So I think when you just walk by it step by step, and don't put any time limit on yourself, don't put any yes, make it smart goals, right? But don't compare yourself with other people that, oh, this person already got to this place by 26 and me, I'm 25. Now I have to do it in 1 year. No, make it realistic for yourself and what you think you can achieve. But yeah, overall, I wish you the best. Like, God will order your steps. God will direct you. And God will give you the grace to ask questions, ask the right people. God will give you the grace to meet the right people, ask the right questions. And then all around grace.
Amen. All right, let's move on to the second question.
Yeah. Okay. So, the second question. Okay. This one said, I've been friends with, I won't call the person's name. I've been friends with X for over 10 years and we've been through thick and thin together. However, recently she started dating someone who seems really controlling and possessive. She's been canceling plans at the last minute, and when we do hang out, she gets really defensive if I try to talk to her about her boyfriend. I've noticed that she's been pulling away from our friendship and prioritizing her boyfriend over me. Should I confront her about my concerns, potentially disregarding our friendship, or should I let her figure things out on her own and risk losing her to this toxic relationship?
What do you think?
I think you've been friends with this person for over 10 years. I think the fact that you both have been friends for over 10 years is worth something. And you shouldn't disregard your friendship. And what do I mean by that? Like, she wouldn't disregard your friendship. That's what I'm trying to say. Because if you've seen that this partner, this boyfriend is controlling, abusive, what did she say? Possessive. Those are red flags. And I think one thing about, and again, it's also delicate, because when people enter relationships, they tend to switch up, especially girls. They tend to switch up a lot of times. So it's not something new that a girl is doing this for a boy or for a man, right? So, but I think that weight of your 10 years friendship, you guys are close enough, all of that. There's no way you should see a red flag basically waving in your friend's front and you won't tell her. Like, I don't want to say like pass the ball back to her court, but at that point, if friendship is breaking because you are telling her that her man is controlling and abusive, is that really a friendship worth keeping? Like, in that sense, like, is it really a friendship that has value? I would say. Because if now I'm telling you that, oh, this guy, I don't trust him, and you're
no, but the girl did not tell her. She is insinuating from the signs that she has seen about how you should cancel plans. She's prioritizing the guy over her.
Because she's saying the guy is controlling now and possessive.
Who is saying?
So the person that is sending the message now, is that not what we read just now?
But that's the person's insinuation from what she has seen. It's not her friend telling her. Do you get what I mean?
But she's the one. So okay, so are you saying that it's possible that the friend is not seeing the right thing? Is that what you're saying?
No. I just wanted to clarify, because there are always two sides of a coin. If, like, when you get into a relationship, or when maybe you even have a friend that is married, it's not going to be the same thing. If we are being honest, like, you cannot just up and leave. Like, you cannot just up and do some things. There are sometimes that, for instance, like, we've had conversations where I'm like, oh, like, can we record? And like, I can't record because I have something else to do. You will always have something else to do. I will now say that, oh, you are prioritizing your man over me. Are you prioritizing your man over me? Wait, let me see. You are prioritizing your man over me, which is fine. Do you get what I'm saying?
In that instance, it's like we're trying to make plans, but if I already had plans before.
What if you had plans and then, let's say, maybe you're married now. Let's say Toby now says, oh, we have something, like, if something else comes up that needs you to tell me that, oh, I'm sorry, can we postpone? Let's say we plan to record. Something now comes up and you're like, oh, can we postpone this recording because I thought I would be available on Saturday, but I won't be available anymore. Because it's not just, you now. When it's just you can control your schedule.
Yeah.
But now that you have somebody else, there's another schedule that is aside to you.
That is attached to your own.
That is not attached to you. That might coincide with what you have planned with your friends, is what I'm saying. Now, I'm not saying that this person is right or wrong, but I'm saying that we need to get the right perspective, because you and your friend have been best friends for 10 years. There's a level of closeness that comes with that. You can just go to your friend's house and say, hey, guy, Alpha, I'm coming. Do you get? because you guys are both single. However, when one person gets into a relationship, I think it's important for the other person to leave a gap of there's somebody else in this person's life now, and I don't have control over this person's plan again. Before I can say, I know your schedule, I know your plan. I can say, guy, how far? Let's go to Athens on Saturday. I'm like, oh sure, let's go. But now I don't know all your schedule and all your plan. I'll balance it. I'm coming. I don't know all your schedule and all your plan anymore. So I will ask you, are you available? If you tell me no, I can't be hurt that you're telling me no, because there's another person's schedule that's attached to your own now. However, what is a red flag is if you are cutting off from me.
That's it now.
Every time. Is the red flag
when there's a pattern, a repeated pattern of.
So that's the thing. You have
not
to
always
make sure
be a
that
coincidence every time. If it happens the first time, okay, it's a coincidence. Second time, third time, fourth time. So that's when it starts becoming suspicious.
And again, be sure of why they are canceling, because again, you have to be, if there are people that are possessive, trust me, like there are guys that once you get in a relationship, you have to cut off your friend.
That one is crazy.
So there are people like that, and those kind of conversations you have to have with your friend, and you're like, look, and it's not a conversation of why are you ignoring me. It's a conversation of let's talk about track record of things, and you're like, I know that you're in a relationship, and again, this is not me, this thing, but last week we're supposed to go out, you canceled last minute. The next week again we're supposed to go out, you canceled last minute. Aside that, I've been noticing certain things, like, so again, you're not fighting, you're like having a conversation of these are the things that I've noticed. What exactly is there a problem that you need to let me know? And don't have that conversation, but like, Shebi is your man, Abi, because see, when people are in love, they will not pick you.
They get very clouded.
They won't pick you over their man. So when you're having that conversation, you're not saying, oh, Shebi, your man is controlling you. You're like, is there a problem? Yeah. Is there anything that you want to tell me?
But again, let's not look at it from perspective of what if that person is blind? Like, just like you said, people when they're in love, they get, how they say it, love is blind. They get blinded by love and they don't see it. Because what this person is saying now is that she said every time, she said when we do hang out, she said she's been cancelling plans at the last minute. And when we do hang out, she gets really defensive if I try to talk to her about her boyfriend.
That's what I'm saying, that you can't talk to somebody about their boyfriend.
So how do you now do it if the person is actually being controlling and possessive?
So that's what I'm saying, that you don't lead the conversation with your boyfriend is the problem.
But we don't know how she's leading the conversation now.
She said the other person gets defensive when she brings up her boyfriend.
So how will you bring it up?
So that's what I'm saying, that make it open-ended. Like, you start with, look, this is what I've noticed.
But is there pointing back to the boyfriend now?
Yeah, but you are not saying, oh, your boyfriend is the problem.
You don't get what I'm trying to say, Ebun. At the end of the day, it's still a conversation about the boyfriend. She's not giving us context here now. So we don't know how she's doing the conversation. Let's say she's doing the conversation the right way, but that friend is blind is love. I mean, what was the English? Love.
Then pray for her. Yeah. If you've done all you're supposed to do, and the person is still not listening, then pray for them. Because but I just wanted to balance things, like,
okay, I think we did not read it well, because she said every time we hang out, she gets really defensive if I try to talk to her about her partner. I noticed she's been pulling away from our friendship and prioritizing her boyfriend over me. Should I confront her about my concerns? So in this instance, I don't think she has confronted her yet. She now said, should I confront her about her concern because she's worried about their friendship, about like risking their friendship, or should I let her figure things out on her own?
No, she
and
won't
risk losing her to this toxic relationship.
She won't. She won't figure it out on her own.
That's
so
the truth.
You need to have the conversation. So now I'm now saying that the way you have the conversation is
matters.
not. Yeah. So because the thing is, nobody likes it when you are pointing the finger to say your boyfriend is irresponsible or your boyfriend is
irresponsible.
Then the way you have that conversation is what matters the most. Again, don't start the conversation accusing
that your boyfriend is mad,
because you are indirectly telling the person that
their choice
you
is
have
bad.
Exactly.
Yeah, like your eye is not good.
Nobody will take it sitting down. You will be defensive.
True.
Whether you like it or not. So I'm saying that the tone in which you have that conversation matters. And And it's very important that you check your heart and be sure that it's actually a toxic relationship. And it's not, because the word you are prioritizing your boyfriend over me is what I have a problem with. Because there are some things that it's not like you are, it's not a matter of prioritizing. There are some things that you have to be like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't just do this. You're like, oh, I can't do this weekend. Can we move forward? It's not a matter of prioritizing. And this one is boyfriend girlfriend relationship, so it's different. But like it's the same thing when people get married too. You will prioritize your husband over the friendship. See, forget all this talk. We've been friends for years. The moment you start having something, you yourself have to leave a space for that. So don't now come and say, we're supposed to go out. He went out with that boyfriend. Guy, she will go out with that boyfriend. Do you get? So make sure, that's what I'm saying, make sure. But the moment you now realize that it's actually a toxic relationship, now that's another conversation entirely. The way you now have that conversation is very important. And if you have other people that you guys
are also
know,
together,
that are maybe elderly, or even people that are elderly, that you know that this person, like if this person talks to this person, removing yourself from the situation, that they will probably see things from that angle again. And hey, you can also go through that approach to save your friend.
Let me now put the wrench in this something we talked about. So we talked about how the person needs to check herself first to make sure that the person is actually, like, her friend is actually not prioritizing in this sense, but like pulling away from the friendship and is toxic, number one. And then also confirming that the person is actually toxic and you're not just making stuff up. You're not imagining it based on the fact that you're kind of losing your friend in a way. But now let's now put in that's the other situation that you talked about of having somebody that is more elderly. You know, in this our culture, this our Nigerian culture, where they want everybody to get married. Like, they want, when you're a girl, they want you to get married as the minute you come out of school, go and marry kiniko. So now imagine me, and obviously you know that's how my parents might not say, but in back of their mind they want all their daughters to get married and they shall be fine and be healthy and everything. So now this is somebody that maybe they've met the boyfriend, but you as a friend, you know that, okay, this your friend is not acting well. She's not, like, it's not the normal, like, putting all these things into perspective of, okay, yes, you have a boyfriend now, you will do some things without me, putting all those healthy things together, right? But you know that even with all of that, the way she's acting, the way it's just looking like it's a toxic relationship. And you know that with the way parents are with, they want you to marry, they want kiniko, and they're already thinking, he's a good boy. Again, because your parents will not really know your partner's attitude. They can't really know. So now imagine you going to go and tell somebody that is there with your parent and say, mommy, this person's name, bro, is not kiniko. I will not look like, you've not married though, and that the two of you are single. So how will you not look like you are not being a hater, or like you're not being like, I want us to be single together, and so that your friend's parents will not think that you are a bad belle. Do you get?
It depends on the relationship that you have with this person. Because I can't imagine, God forbid, that something will happen. I will now message maybe your sister, for instance, and say, this is something I noticed. She will not say I'm a bad belly. That would be crazy. So it depends on the kind of relationship that you have. And aside that, it's better if it's an independent party that is neither of your parents, because again, there's some level of sentiment to those kind of things. So it could be, if you're a Christian, it could be your pastor, it could be, and I'm saying this again with the choice of words of be sure that it's a toxic relationship before going out to say something like that. Maybe you've seen things, maybe when they're together, you've seen certain signs that you are sure that it's a red flag. If this is not just you being possessive of your friend, though, again, let's be clear, if you are very sure, then go to a third party that is independent, that you both know, right? If there should be one person that you are like, you're like, if you've been together for 10 years, people know that you are very good friends. So people would understand that you guys have a relationship, and I don't think you've ever stepped out to do that kind of thing before. So if you go out and say, you look, Sir Omar, like I've realized something, and again, this is just me, if you can also have a conversation with this person from this angle, and that's what I'm saying, older person, because an older and wiser person who will know how to preempt such conversation. It does not necessarily have to be like accusatory conversations.
I've heard that.
Don't go and meet somebody that will say, Ebun said that. So and this is just you trying to save your friend in that context and pray for them
the
too.
most important thing here from everything that we've said now is all about how the conversation is had, right? Because depending on how this conversation goes, like it can go either way. It can go either or. If you go with an accusatory, oh, you are leaving me, you are clinical, your boyfriend is this, your boyfriend is that, the other person will become defensive. And I think she's already seen that from the fact that, oh, anytime I try to talk about a partner or a boyfriend, the person becomes defensive, right?
Now you say no go be the same. Like there's no
it
way.
depends on how what again, it depends on what you're trying to talk about now. If people are just talking about general things and I'm defensive, that's weird.
Oh no, if it's general things,
if it's just general things and I'm trying to say, what did he, or maybe we're talking about your birthday just passed and I'm like, oh, what did he buy for you? Like, oh, it doesn't really matter. He doesn't really think.
Okay, that one is a red flag.
He's like, oh, it's not really big on Valentine's Day, he knows
that's true.
Meanwhile, that your friend is somebody that is a very lovey-dovey, you know, like,
that's a red
it's the
flag.
thoughts that count. You know, he actually just made me soap, or something like, and you'll not be like, so. Things like that, that's weird. But if you go with the mindset of this is your boyfriend self, why did he buy you iPhone 16? He could not buy iPhone 17 for you, and he does not love you, things like that. So I think depending on how those conversations are had, right? Like
that's a red flag. If for everything that comes up you're like, hey, it doesn't matter.
Say, it's not that kind of person. Normally we would have done something different, but just this time. Or if you always have to defend his actions in front of your friend,
every time is one mark on your body. You say, I fell down.
No, that one straight up just reports.
I did that. I did this. I did that.
No. I beg God. I beg. Yeah. God save us.
No, it's key. Like you have to check patterns. You have to check patterns, and you have to make sure that you know.
And I think one thing that you highlighted very, very, very well, Ebun, in this whole conversation as well, is that even you as the friend who is noticing all these things, you also need to be very emotionally intelligent, right? In how you approach conversations, in how you are also thinking about it. Because at a particular point, if people have known you as Peter and Paul and Kinikon, from like your name is always following each other, there'll be a level of possessiveness as well, because it's like, me and my friend, we're always in this thing, now the thing that we used to do, now you're going to go and do it with another person, right? So
which is normal.
You also need to think to yourself and say, okay, actually do that self-reflection check and say, okay, am I actually not overthinking, but is it actually a me problem, right? Is it actually a me problem rather than this other person problem? So, and it's good that you haven't said anything yet. Like, you do that self-reflection first and think about it, pray about it. And if you think, no, it's not just you, like you are still normal, you are still good and everything, now take it to the next level. Try and have a conversation and see, just feel the pulse of it. Don't go with an accusatory mindset or just an open discussion of, hey, like, what's going on? How's it going? Like, think about it. Ask the Holy Spirit to give you direction on how to word it.
Pray before you have that conversation. Yeah, it's very important, because the way you say things is different from the way people hear it. I think I've used this analogy a number of times. Like, if I tell you I'll call you back, you can hear I don't have time for you. You know, but somebody else would hear, oh yeah, she's busy, like she'll call me back. So gotta be
very true. So in everything that even in our relationships, like relationships, man and woman, friend and like girlfriends, boyfriends, like you need wisdom, you need like the Holy Spirit, you need like the spirit of discernment as well, because it's one thing for you to just come out and say this person is toxic, and it's another thing for it to actually be true, right? Because if at the end of the day there's nothing happening, it suddenly makes you look like you are jealous, you are possessive, you don't want something good for your friend. And that might also be thoughts that you're having, that I hope people will not think, oh, you are this, or maybe because you don't have anybody yet, people will not think you are bitter or anything. But no, so do that self-reflection, make that do those prayers, ask the Holy Spirit for wisdom, direction, and then whatever it is that the Holy Spirit reveals to you, move in that light, move forward in that way. But it's not a very easy conversation to have. These are not easy. These are not easy places to be in when you have to like check your friend. Like these are like tough
conversations,
tough talks.
Right. You need wisdom. You need wisdom talks to have those kind of conversations. We just clicked.
very tough talks, right?
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Yeah. Okay. So keep sending us, messages and comments and questions on your for tough talks. If you want us to have tough talks, more tough talks like this, Send it to her. Send
Yeah.
it. Just go to our profile. Click on the profile. You see a link. It could be about anything.
Just like
really.
Biko, help me, I beg. I
Yeah, Biko, help.
I have this.
Hashtag
I have
Biko,
this
help
issue.
At the end of your question or whatever, put Biko, help me at the bottom.
Yeah. So, there was something else I was going to bring up. So basically, this is like a very good segue into like our topic for the day, which is basically still is about friendships, but in this sense now it's about
topic.
friendship snatchers. Is it friendship hijackers?
Okay.
Friendship hijackers.
I was looking for that message. I couldn't find. That's why I was scrolling through my phone. I guess I didn't pin it. Like the original, that stuff I sent to you that was like, oh, let's talk about this. The original posts.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I couldn't find it.
Friendship hijackers. But before we even begin, Sefe, let me tell you what I saw like a few weeks back, like when we started thinking about, discussing this topic, right? So this girl, she came online as girls do and people do. And she came online and talked about how she was having a wedding and, she was, obviously, the whole wedding ceremony, bridal shower, all of that. And she was like, yeah, that she doesn't want anybody to be her maid of honor, like a chief bridesmaid.
Oh, I think I saw that post.
Because
she know that she won't be anybody's chief bridesmaid.
I
saw that post.
And she was like, oh, she was like, she knows that she can pick somebody, but that, like, the person she's closest to, but she knows that the person will not pick her. And she was like, oh, is she being petty? Kiniko. And I was like, I'm not too mad at it.
Really?
But in a way, I feel like it's also like, you're also being petty to yourself. Kind of.
Life is not that deep, wallahi.
Like, that's what I'm trying to say, because now you're making it a whole thing when it doesn't have to be.
Yeah,
right?
it's not.
When it doesn't have to be.
What if you're not the chief bridesmaid? Like, what if you're not?
What if you're not the chief bridesmaid?
Like, what if you made somebody the chief bridesmaid, the person does not make you your chief bridesmaid? Like, what's the big deal?
That's what I'm saying now. So, like, that's what I'm saying, that she's making it a thing when it doesn't have to be. Because at that point, you are depriving yourself of something that...
Yeah, you are preempting.
Of something that you can enjoy. Because now, you are... And again, you putting the video out there as well. Obviously, they're going to see it too. That.
Do you have friends? Is the question. And how close are you to your friends? Because this person does not look like... Do you have close friends? Because it doesn't look like you do. For instance, me now, not go on social media and go and say that I will not make anybody. The people that will even come and fight me and yank, they're like, what are you saying?
That's why it's kind of embarrassing as well, because I was thinking of it from perspective of the girls who are in the bridesmaids when they now see that video. Like, how will it be? Like,
no, she said she's not doing bridesmaid now.
No, she said she's not going to have a chief bridesmaid.
But did you say she will have bridesmaid?
She should now, won't she?
I don't know. Some people don't do bridesmaids. Some people don't do.
But anyway, I was just like, anyway. But yeah, I just feel like it gives like a bad... I feel like you're already going into it with bad energy. So, but like, again, I feel like it's also like a level of... It's transactional also. Because it means that you are weighing things... Like, you're weighing things for like, oh, if you give me teeth, I need to give you tats. Like, if you give me A, I need to give you A back or something. I have to give you something on the same level of A. Something like that. And it shouldn't always be like that. Because things can happen. What if the person that is your chief bride, what if she has a sister? The sister will be the chief bridesmaid now, and then,
But let me play the devil's advocate here.
You are not going to be a devil's advocate in the name of Jesus.
Okay, let me spin it the other way.
Better. Spin it, my dear. Go ahead.
What if... Do you know the funny thing? When I said that, and I knew I knew that was going to be your reaction. Like, I could, like, I already pictured it in my head. What if this is based on historical... what is this based on historical behaviors? What if this person has noticed that maybe she goes... You know how we used to say, are you your friend's friend? Maybe she has noticed that, like, she goes all out for her friends. But when it comes to her friend choosing her for something...
They don't do the
it's
same
never
people.
her. It's like she's never the main person. Do you know we have different levels of friendships. So let's say that you have in my head, the way I tell people is I have, this is me, this is my core, and then this is like my other friends. So what if you see them as your core, but they see you as your other friends? What if you've noticed that pattern?
I will distance myself.
But is that not what she's doing already? But everybody needs friends now. Nobody wants to be alone.
Nobody wants to be an outsider.
See, when they are saying that I have a friend, are you in your life? You never really have somebody to say I have a friend.
No, I will distance myself actually because, see, again, we keep on saying it. We said this podcast, are you your friend's friend? So if I notice that,
what if she has noticed that she's not a friend's friend and she's like, whoa, before exactly, let me kukuma go ahead.
But wait though, so in all ways now, but that's just one person now. How can your entire core friend, like with
some people don't have a lot of friends
description
now.
that you have?
Some people don't have a lot of friends. No, some people don't though. How many friends? I don't really
say that you have friends. I think
do
if it's between the two of us, I have lesser friends than you.
You think?
Yes. How many friends do you have? How many friends do I have?
Really. Did you put a number of friends? Number one, number two. Do you know when I went home, I told my dad, I was like, name 5 of my friends. I think I told him 5 or something. Like, if you were to name 5 of my friends, like, who would it be? I said, I'm proud of you. At least you know my friends. You know the people.
I doubt my father cannot answer that question.
No, you should try it.
I'm sure my mother will be able to answer that question. She will. But she might just start at a point. She might start describing people. Oh, that one that.
But if they know.
But if you like by
I
name,
asked them that question. I'll ask my mom too. Oh, funny enough, they don't listen to this podcast, so they will not even know what's coming.
I will do the same thing. I'll ask my mother and say, how many of my friends say, oh, Ebun? 1, 2. Okay, we'll see.
So yeah, some people don't have like so many friends. You get. So maybe you now realize that. Oh, the people that actually. So
where do you
some
now
people
start
don't have
from?
so many friends because I've talked to people where I'm like, oh, like maybe you are doing your birthday or whatever. I'm like, oh, like you can go. You know how I'll just say let's do a party. I'm planning a party because I know people will come. If I'm planning a party,
people that we plan and nobody will come.
If I'm planning a party and nobody will come, you think I will plan a party?
Well, true.
So some people don't have
what
that.
If your next party nobody shows?
It's not possible. That's a funny thing. Like
I will show up. Show you. Imagine that kind of thing when you think you are doing something, you'll be like, oh, I will not show up. They will not forget about your existence.
As in,
it's not after I'm not like, wait, we don't say Omo-Olorun.
Oh my god. No, some people don't have that many
that's
friends.
That's true. I think that's another perspective, right? Like I've actually met people who don't have many friends, right?
Yeah,
or they
like
might have just like one friend that they've kept for like long time, right? Like maybe back from secondary school or maybe uni days or something like that. So, well, but and you now realize that one. So I think in this situation, is it that one friend now is not now your core friend? You're not an outer friend to them. That's a problem.
Again, this is a good segue to our topic. What if that one friend has been snatched? What if somebody has snatched your friend?
We died here. Do you
know? I'm just realizing this topic now. This thing has to ask part 1 and part 2 actually because we're already going outside of time. We'll cut to the 2. Imagine that you don't have a lot of friends. You know, there are like introverts that they really make friends. Maybe you not make like that one friend that you're like, oh, this is my bosom friend. Maybe
you've been keeping.
Somebody now came and snatched that friend from you. The person that made that new the chief bridesmaid. You are not there at the corner. Oh, remember that movie that we just saw now? Bridesmaid. It was Bridesmaid. What if in that scenario? Exactly. That's actually a very, very good example. So I don't know if you guys have seen this movie. It's called Bridesmaid. I told them to watch it recently. It's an old movie actually, so I saw it again recently, where this lady, she was getting married and her husband is actually well-to-do, at least in that context. And then she has like this friend that they've been together since maybe high school, maybe college. I think college.
I think it's high school. Are you sure
maybe high school. So they are so close, like everybody knows the two of them together. Now, this lady has asked, well, at least she asked her best friend to be the chief bridesmaid. But there's another friend.
And this is a friend that friend does not know.
Like, it's a new friend. Like, friend in, because she's married from a rich family now. So she's trying to, like, maybe have more people in that social circle. So this one is now there doing number 1 red flag of a friend snatcher. People should be writing. They will try to do everything to outrun and outdo
Do you know
your
the
previous
part
friends.
that and you know me? I get secondhand embarrassment from movies. Oh Jesus! Like nobody wants to watch a movie with me because I would just be screaming and shouting. But do you know why it took me so long to watch the movie? Because I kept on screaming and shouting. That part where they were doing words from the chief bridesmaid.
Yeah.
That girl is rude.
Yeah.
French snatchers are rude. You will know them. You will know them from how they act. So they were doing like I think they had done like is it bridal shower now? It's not bridal shower. Be pre-engagement party or
it's
something like
engagement
that.
party, like the coming out party.
Yeah, the engagement party, and they were not like, oh, if people had talking, I say, oh, yes, and now words from the chief bridesmaid. So the chief bridesmaid came, and again, knowing that these people that are here, they're like really rich folks. She doesn't really know a lot of them, so she just came. She just said something short and sweet, like, oh, I'm not going to bore you guys. Gave a nice speech. It wasn't too long, too short. Just and she went. Next thing, the friendship snatcher stood up. I said, she just started giving inside joke. She was not saying, imagine this friend. Okay, let's even use our name. Let's say it's Omo-Olorun and Ebun. Then the friendship son that came up and was not saying, oh, Ebun Lulu. Like, from where to where?
You know, say, remember that time we spent at Hawaii? Maybe you put out singing one
song. Not be singing Watch Me Weep Lolo, something like that. The best friend was not by the side there looking like, hey. Oh my God. Do you know the part that was even annoyed me? That friend snatcher now stood up and was like, when she now made that comment with the friend like, she now said, no, it's an inside joke. Like letting people know that now me close pass.
Yeah.
I said, the disrespect. The chief bridesmaid stood up again.
And that gave our own speech. That one stood up again.
They were not doing back and forth. I said, hey, you know what? I still blame that girl. Because
which girl?
The bride. I still blame because why did you put your she should have clocked it from that time.
No. So here's the thing. That's why. Wait first.
On that side of this.
Wait.
She should have clocked it.
That's why we are having this episode, so that friends out there,
you will know when they're trying to snatch you.
Will be aware of friend snatchers. Because here's the thing. Some people are, how do I put it? They're like snakes. Like they don't come like this. They come in a very
convoluted
subtle way. So the way that girl came to that other bride, because the bride still knew this is my best friend, but she didn't realize very early that she was hurting the friendship. So she was just like, oh, this person is being nice to me.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to take every niceness you can get. You're a bride. You get, oh, she's looking for like really bougie. Like she's getting into a new social circle.
Bride. They were friends before now. I think they met before that now, before she became the bride.
No, they met through the husband, I think. They met through the
before
husband.
They got engaged, like they were meeting and everything.
Kind of, yeah.
But again, I think one caveat to put all of these things is that, you know how we used to say that, oh, any boyfriend that they can snatch was never your boyfriend in the first place.
So any friend that they can snatch was never your friend in the first place. But that's what I apply.
Does he apply
friend of 10 years.
That's what I was about to say, that this one, the caveat does not work in this system, because if that's your only friend,
the person was your friend.
You will owe them die.
So that's why, because in that movie, right? How did we get here? We got here by some people have just one friend.
Yeah.
In that movie, that was her best friend. That was the person that supposedly
that she even had.
Yeah, that supposedly understood her. That was the person that was keeping her going and everything. That didn't make her life look shit, because her life was already
that girl's life. God.
So like, imagine you have a friend that, you know, that place where they went to like they stole someone's they went to do like fake class. They didn't pay for the class, and then they went to, and then she was telling her, she was like, and then that girl was advising her that. So you have those friends that, you know, they're like succor to you.
Yeah.
Like you go to them when you are down.
Yeah.
Like you call upon them.
Even when she was going through things. No, not that getting that bride did not try. Actually, I did not like her.
Yeah.
She did not try.
Yeah, she didn't try. She didn't try.
That's friendship snatcher. These friend snatcher.
Let's end this episode here and then continue part 2 in the next one.
We will,
because we have to dig very deep. Who dig this deep? Who dig this bit from me?
Now imagine when they're not giving your bridal talks, when you not be saying, you will not start singing, who dig this bit from me? You will not be laughing. The best friend will not be looking at you like, you not just start singing, watch me, leave it.
The thing is, it's very important to know your place in the place of friendship. There's some people that I'm friends with them, but I know that they have best, like, I can't be competing. Let me give you a very good example. I remember when Tenny was getting married and we went for a bridal shower. I can't be forming I'm the closest friend to Tenny. There's no way.
Yeah.
Tolasi, what's the other person's name that is close to her? That doctor friend. The girl did everything. I said, I would not be forming.
We just even came to the party. We just shut up
Now,
in the party.
if
They
a
have done
normal
everything.
friendship snatcher will now be saying, oh, you know, Teddy, when we went to Mexico together. Wait, dear. If you don't get out of this place, you have to acknowledge, like, even when we're planning her brother shower, like, Tola had to be, like, you have to acknowledge that there's somebody that is closer to this person than I am. So if you want to do something, you have to pass it through. Yeah.
You have to pass it through. Like, oh, I think this might be a good idea.
Yeah.
Don't come and act like
if you are doing something major for them, like they are getting married, they're having a baby, like you can't be acting like Nami or no. Like you have to bring other people
you have to know your
you have to know your place.
know your level. Oh God.
Anyway. People do this a lot, like when it comes to like especially weddings. As a bridesmaid, I haven't been to a lot of them actually. And me, I know, see, I will may have never be embarrassed in the name of Jesus. I will rather stay at the back and the bride now pull me to the front
than you coming to the front.
Except if I know that I'm automatically front place. And those people are very few. Yeah. So if I know that I'm automatically first place, like guy, like everybody knows.
Yeah.
So I'm not acting like it. But if I know that I'm not supposed to be, for a lot of people, I know my place. I can't be fighting.
No.
You not see
girls
will not be doing this thing.
Like, oh, let's do this thing.
I beg.
Guys, we will resume this next time.
We'll resume.
Stay tuned. Your daily dose?
We should give daily dose. My daily dose is watch out for it because it's about to get hot. Beware of friendship snatchers. And how will you beware? Listen actually to the second episode so that you know how to beware. Because this one, again, see, this episode is this. In fact, let's change our listen. It's self-reflection. This is our podcast. When you listen to it, make sure you self-reflect. Because, like I said, that bride did not know that she was being snatched.
Yeah.
She didn't know.
They had got taken her away already.
She didn't know.
Inside car.
She didn't know she was hurting her friendship. And a lot of people come in as like, we are nice. And I'm not saying don't make, obviously you make friends. Like you can be, you make like, adult friendship is a thing. Yeah. However, be wary, be careful of not hurting your previous friendships because of your new friendships. Yeah. So watch out for this, for the next episode. Bye.